Hello. I have a hot chocolate with me, so if I take moments of silence, it's not for any Remembrance Day, it's because I'm drinking hot chocolate. Um, okay, let's sleep. Hot chocolate again. Yeah, it's pretty cold in the UK. You know it's bad when, like, I feel cold. I never get cold. Like, it's just, I don't know, like, I did not mean to slide to my death. Let's not do that. But I never get cold. So, you know it's bad. I'm not cold right now. But, like, I'm just saying. It's nice in the winter to, have hot chocolates instead of tea, I guess. I don't know. I love hot cocoa. Yeah, it's or hot choco. I can't read. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty dandy. So, what have I been doing? Do we start on the creative build world? Let's do that. Let's switch over for a brief second. Um, I'm starting. This is going to be a pain in the ass, but I'm planning to get rid of all of that. And if you know this area, just look at the generation real quick. Yeah, not good. So I'm dreading this, which is why I'm doing it in phases, like I did this part earlier. Obviously, I've got to level it out, but that's like the easy part. So, isn't it supposed to rain or snow for you this year? I guess, yeah. I rarely get snow where I am, though. Unfortunately, I love snow, but I rarely get it here. Let's swap over to creative real quick. Again, my Twitch chat is bugged, so let's just reset. Oh, never mind. We're good. Okay. Yeah, like destroying land is like the most dull thing in Minecraft, in my opinion. So I can't do it all at once. Otherwise, I'd go probably insane. What's up, Captain Rye? I am indeed a Mosscat. Hello. Well, I was not thinking correctly. That's fantastic. So I did a little bit of stuff in creative for not too distant builds. So build one is we're planning to build a prison, right? And I'm designing the cells at the moment, and this is basically what I've got so far. It's not really much to it. It's just yeah. Um, can't open. No, there's no way. Okay, good. I didn't know till now if we were just green. I'm sometimes green, sometimes I'm orange. Depends on the day, to be honest with you. This is gonna be. Ignore that it's like off-centered by one block. Um, I'm sorry for putting that into existence. Now people won't stop thinking about it. This will be my new sniffer area. I've had a sniffer area since like day 1500, but I think it's time to upgrade it and make it an actual like plant farm. So I'm just designing it at the moment. Obviously, there's no moss right now, but I think it looks pretty cool, right? Mangrove and azalea. We're probably gonna add some flower. Like we're not done completely at all, really. Completely at all, really. Fantastic. But yeah. So that's basically what I've been doing in creative. So that's literally it, right? So back on survival. What have I been doing? Again, my worlds aren't sinking, which is very worrying, but it's what it is. It's scary. It's like when when Windows Edition had those issues like last week, and I was like, Bedrock had like Xbox has issues as well. Those like the syncing issues is what we have, and I've had for years. By the way, it's very fun. Um, but I've never had really any issues with it, to be honest. So I'm not really that scared. It's just kind of like worrying a little bit. This is my skin, Rye. It's like a meme skin pack, and it's Glorp. That's what it's based on. I do have my actual skin somewhere, but okay. So, apart from this, we've got to add like a sign, but I did finish officially. The Ocean Research Monument thing. All I had to do realistically was add some books, right? So, but I'm so lazy when it comes to writing books. So, if you have a USB, you should back up your world. I don't have a USB. So yeah, we're just gonna add like a sign or signs like there, and then this area is done. Kind of funny how I designed, built, and finished it all before the hotel, but it's what it is, I guess. Okay. How often do you use hanging signs? It's very rare. I've got an idea for them, but they're not ever going to be used for like builds. Why am I here? Glowing sacks, right? I think somewhere. Do I have any? Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Got a few. Let's take 3. But yeah, so that's what we're working on today. Spoiler alert, is the hotel. There's like very, very few things left for the hotel, I have to be honest with you. Which is very exciting for me personally, because I've been working on it for almost 2 months. Which is probably the longest time I've spent on a build in this world. So, I wouldn't say probably, I think it definitely is. Do you think you got something in mind for the roof? The roof's done. I've completed the roof. Like, completely done the roof. Sign there. Sign there. I'm going to use this sign for the hotel. So I'm just going to designate that. Aquatic. I'm going to read out what I'm saying because you can't see what I'm typing. Aquatic research. Oh, you can, but you can't see the text box. That's interesting. Research. I don't know how to type, I think. Research. Hang on. Research. There we go. Facility. We won't wax these just yet, unless until we may change the name, right? So we won't wax them. But yeah. Okay. And same thing here. Okay, let me not pick block that sign. That'd be ideal. Turn that into white dye. And then I really like that sound of ink sac stuff. Okay. You're reading out typos like I do. Sometimes reading out typos helps me. Okay. So this way. The hotel. God damn, this has taken so long. Jesus. So yeah, that's the roof. I do need to put some like torches and stuff on the roof. A lot of what I need to do for this is lighting. So we're gonna do that and stuff. Basically, like we got to do lighting. We got to do a second staircase for the top floor, but I don't know how we're doing that. Lighting for the bottom floor because like these gaps you'll see when it's night are dark. Add the sign, which we'll do in a second, and then the rooms on the top floor. So really, not that much. Okay, that's fantastic. Hotel. There's not really a name, so it's just a hotel, I guess. I'm very creative when it comes to names. Okay, so where should we start? Let me get some. Do I have bulbs in this? I do. I've got a shit ton for some reason. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably hop into creative. But yeah. So what do I? I'm gonna move this. I think. Maybe. Let me see. What wood do I have? I've got a bunch of chest monsters here as well, so it's. I can't wait to get rid of these as well. Don't have any dark oak. That's very sad. Should we get some dark oak? It's not gonna hurt. Yeah, I always wax my redstone stuff. Something I want to do, by the way, I don't know how to do this, but in Hermitcraft, someone has like a copper column area where like chests are constantly feeding into each other. So the copper columns backwards and forwards, like looking through the chests, and it's like they're doing something. I want to have that here, but I don't know how to do that, so just a future plan, I guess. I think, is it Exuma Void? I'm not sure. Dude, I need to catch up on Hermitcraft because I mean I watched Gems and Mumbos. I usually watch them like instantly when they upload. Grian, out of the three that I watch, Grian usually uploads like later, but I haven't watched. I know episode 3 is out, but I haven't watched Grian's perspective yet. Let me just hang on. I'm gonna be a bit annoying. Give me a second. There we go. Sorry about that. No, there's a bit of like fluff or something on my pop filter, so I just had to remove it. My bad. So let me. I've only got. Oh, I've got saplings in the other chest, don't I? Can't grow them on rooted dirt. That's my mistake. Do I have dirt in here? I get cat hairs on mine. I mean, it might have been Blossom's hair because Blossom was just in my room playing Minecraft, so it might have been her. Do I have any dirt enjoyers? Really? That's a little bit saddening, but let me just make sure. She's so advanced. She is. She's a very quick learner. There's dirt up there, but I don't really want to destroy. There we go. That's under a river. Yeah, this. The reason why I wanted this to go further, but like this dirt is the like. There's glowstone here, right? It's the floor of the area by Demorphis Research Lab, so I can't realistically go any further in that area, which is why I've kind of expanded here. I need two dirt. Hang on. Damn it. Wait, do I have dirt? More than 2? No, I don't. Feck. Can you go past the Happy Cast runway? I think I'm directly below it in some area. But that would be like that corner. I think you can hurry to that maybe? Probably. Let me litter real quick. Okay. So I was gonna get some dark oak, because why not? Goated wood type, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. I feel like it should have grown because this isn't really that low down, but okay. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I might make a separate azalea farm, azalea tree farm, maybe. But how often do I need azalea leaves? I mean, I needed it for the sniffer enclosure that I'm remaking, but... Okay, it should be night soon, which is good because I do know there's some like dark areas in the hotel. It's not that dark, but I do want some like lights, more light, I should say. You can't unmute the stream. Damn, that means you can't hear me right now. So we've got some dark areas, mainly in these areas. Okay, let's put one here. I did not mean to do that. There. Let's put one there. There, and finally... Is it there, I think? What's up, Dylan? How are you doing? I'm doing good, yeah. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well on this Tuesday. A little bit gutted that there's no preview, I have to be honest with you, but I forgot that it's Thanksgiving week for Americans. And because Bedrock is in America, we have to all abide by their fucking holidays, which is amazing. Am I really, like, was I really expecting much if there was a preview this week? No, but, I mean, they tend to tease something in the preview, in the first preview after the drop finishes. Mine are buffering? It's not buffering for me. Yet. If you hoe rooted dirt, it gives you hanging roots. Really? That's kind of odd, but cool, I guess. Because how do you farm that kind of stuff? Every drop this year. That's a hard question because I'm not really a like my thing is, right, I'm not like a big lover of any of them. Like I think they all lack something, and that's like you could say, well, doesn't every update lack something? Not to this extent. Every drop, in my opinion, has been unfinished and rushed. Every single one, right? Especially the one that's releasing next week or whatever, whenever it is, right? So I don't have like a drop that's like leagues above the others. If I were to say, probably this year, so it wouldn't be Wonders of Bravery. Probably not Mounts of Mayhem. The other one, Chase the Skies. I really enjoyed the Happy Ghast, but if you look into it deeper, you realise, wait, the Happy Ghast was really bugged when it first released. So it's like, you know, do I really support that? And the answer is yes. I like Spring to Life. However, massive oversights in the sheep variants and I believe the snow biome stuff. Now, I could eat my words. This time next year, that criticism could be void because we could have an entire snow update or snow biome drop. I don't know. I hope so, but I'm just personally very connected to the Happy Ghast, so I love it, right? And of course, Vibrant Visuals, I think, is very groundbreaking for Bedrock in many aspects. So, but if I was a Java player, um, Dance of Mayhem probably would be my favorite drop. If I was a Java player, I'm not though. How long do you think the stream will be? Usual time, 2 hours. A drop around Illagers would be nice. They could even bring the Illusioner to survival and add it to Bedrock. Yeah, there's a lot you could do with Illagers. I've always suggested pirates, but that's just my opinion. I mean, like a lot of people, I think have oversight over the marketplace effect, or the vibrant visuals effect the marketplace has, right? Because it's massive. It's the biggest spike in quality we've seen for the marketplace, which is say like it's good, right? It's basically very good. Let's do this. Is this dark? You can't really tell because it's stone, but we're gonna do that anyway. All four corners. One issue with drops I notice is that there's always more you could do with them. Yeah, that's the thing. I think that's why I'm saying every drop is rushed. I do believe every drop is. There's like oversights in this drop that I don't really understand. What was the last drop? Was the last drop really Chaser's? No, it was the copper drop, right? What was an oversight there? You could argue like oxidized copper tools, maybe that'd have been cool, but dude, I like prepared an entire update chest for the copper drop, and I played with the update for like 2 minutes. So like, that's the issue. I think that is the groundbreaking issue of the drop system. I'm not playing around with these features for like a month, which is a very long time to be playing with a feature. I'm doing like at most a week. I think copper for campfires are huge. Yeah, it's like when they done the Pale Garden drop and they didn't release Pale Pumpkins. Like I just don't really get like it's like a win for Mojang and they just don't do it for some reason. I don't know. I don't like it's a little bit concerning. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. I don't think. Let me change that. I don't think drops are long for this world. Like they're really not, in my opinion. So I think Mojang are making a massive mistake in investing in drops. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think the old update system worked either. Right? I'm not saying that was the pinnacle of update like content for the game, but it was at least groundbreaking. I can't believe the Creaking update is almost a year old. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. The thing is, like, okay, with drops, my thing is, I do believe they progress the game forward, for the most part, right? However, they're not groundbreaking, like well, even 1.21 was groundbreaking, right? So like it hasn't got that like factor like that like insane Minecraft has changed forever kind of thing. And that's just my opinion. Let me get rid of that crafting table. That's just my opinion, but I don't know. I think they're out of big ideas or they're scared. I think they've got plenty of ideas, right? But I will agree with you. I know. It's not even I know they're terrified. Should they be? Not anymore. You're the biggest game in the world, right? Biggest, like, come on, right? You know that is not how you improve the game, right? By being scared of Twitter tourists because they'll cry about something. They'll move on to something else like next week. You know what I mean? Like it's not that deep, in my opinion. I'm saying in my opinion a lot. I'm sorry. Updates can be too small very easily, then you have a way. Yeah. I feel like the end update should be reversed or reserved. I can't read for when they run out of ideas to add. I'm worried about the end update for multiple reasons, right? So originally, before combat, I was actually a big advocate. I don't think many people know this for an end update. That was like the thing I wanted the most, right? That's changed because Mojang's philosophy has changed. They used to say, "Oh yeah, we'll update all dimensions and then add a new one." In one of the interviews the devs do with like YouTubers, you know the ones I'm talking about, right? Someone said that they don't need that crutch anymore to add another dimension. That they don't need to say, "Oh yeah, we'll update all dimensions first and then we'll do it." So why is that concerning? Well, it's just this fourth dimension is going to be superior in every way to the end, because the Nether, I would still say the Nether is leagues above the end, and of course the Overworld is, because it's had the most changes, right? So what? You can add another dimension that's just leagues better, probably better than the Nether, right? Because the Nether hasn't been. It doesn't need to be updated, in my opinion, but factually, it hasn't been updated in years. In my opinion, you don't update the Nether for at least another 5 years, right? What else? What else was I going to say? So there's that thing. Community response. People like when people ask for the end update, they have this. And I know we all know this deep down. They have this vision of what the end looks like. I have my version. I think the end update will be Minecraft Dungeons end, basically. But maybe like a little bit different, but the core of it will be the same, right? Do I need more scaffolding? No, we're good. Yeah, the Fortress definitely needs some work, yeah. But what I'm saying is a lot of people have these high expectations of the end, and I'm telling you, if you're that person that's asking for an end update, and you've got this grand vision, it's not going to look like that at all. It's not. It is not. For better or for worse, I mean, we'll see, right? But it just isn't. We need more scaffolding. Do you think they should touch strongholds? Yes. I think the way you tackle the end update is 2 updates. One of them is strongholds, and the other is the actual end update. Because it's just the stronghold is just so silly. It's such a pathetic structure, in my opinion. Let's do one more. So yeah, I just don't think when the time comes when we do get an end update, because we will. There are some people that genuinely don't think we will. Like we will. Trust me, I'm in that Doomer mindset as well when it comes to combat, right? So I know how it feels to be like, oh, this has never come to the game. But it's just not like we need to temper our expectations a little bit. I highly doubt. What's up, Kotokai? I highly doubt they'll update existing structures. Some of them, they have to. It is what it is. They have to. For the sake of, like, nostalgia, no, I'm sorry. You can't use that excuse anymore. The temples are, like, screaming ominous events. Especially the ocean one. The Nether Fortress is okay, but I would rather it got updated. The Stronghold, like I said, is pathetic. I don't know. Maybe they don't, right? Maybe they don't, and maybe I'm just yapping. But I will say, I think Mojang has plenty of ideas for what the next drop. Or, I mean, I don't know because they used to say that they've got like the 3 updates in advance planned. I don't know if that's still the case in terms of like the drop system. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll match this with every log pillar. So it'll be like a fence. How far down do we go though? Is the question. We'll figure that out. We may need some more wood. Well, he says scaffolding up. We're going to do lights across here and stuff. But we need more spruce wood, I think. Or dark oak, sorry. But I just don't think the drop system's working. I think I said that I think I said last year. Was it last year or the year before? I want a full year of just drops, right? No interruptions, just drops. Then I'll be like, okay, this is what I think. And I'm telling you now, what I think is, it's not working. It's not. Yes, it's like, okay, the benefit that drops have, that updates, like yearly updates just can't do, is that it's pleasing multiple people a year. Let's say you had an end update, right? I'd be gutted, because then that means I've got another year to wait for the combat update, right? And vice versa. If someone wanted end update but got combat, they'd be pretty upset, right? But I didn't really feel all that for the copper drop. Monster Mayhem is a huge disappointment to me. So it's been 2 drops in a row that I've been kind of like, okay, I mean, whatever, I guess. But then the issue is that you're probably bloating the game, right? And that nothing's really changing. Gameplay-wise. The systems aren't changing. Have you built the shelf yet? Not really. All I've done is gone into like old buildings and replaced item frames. Piss. I don't know. I just... Next year, something has to change. Like, they have to have something. In my opinion. And I know that's a very vague statement to make, right? Doesn't really hold much value. But what I mean by that is an old system, I don't care what it is, has to change, at least. At least one old system. Drops messed up the version numbering, so how do you think they should do it? 1.22 dot 26 dot something. I do have a fortune hoe, yeah. But I don't know, like... And again, I think I said this recently on stream. I'm hopeful because of the questionnaires, but at the same time, I'm not. It took a lot of convincing from people for me to do the questionnaire recently. Because, like, at its core, it's pointless. Because what realistically has changed? Have they taken the questionnaire? This is a genuine question. Have they genuinely taken the questionnaire and changed, like updated something using the answers of that questionnaire? Because if that's the case, then next year it's combat. Because the last questionnaire they did was purely or majority based on combat. So if they do take that into account, it's combat related. And if they don't do it, then they don't bother doing they don't take anything from questionnaires, right? That's just my opinion. But I don't know. But I don't really care. Like if they updated like enchanting or brewing, instead, like if that was the one system, like we're talking about, if they like done one system next year, if it wasn't combat, I wouldn't care because the game is at least moving forward, and combat isn't the only terrible system right now. So like, I don't know. And if next year is just the same old, oh, like we've got Minecraft Live next year, haha. By the way, we've got a small drop. Like it's just not it. Maybe you do. Is let me see. That's probably fine. Yeah. Yeah, they need to like. I do think they'll announce the Master Mayhem release date this week. Yeah, I hope so. Okay, so like some people might be confused as to why like I've been saying like today. I'm a bit like I hope it's on the 2nd. I feel like the 9th is pushing it a little bit because they need time to bug fix the update. Because I'm telling you, a part of me is gonna assume that the drop is buggy, and because they go on Christmas break on like 16th ish, let's say, that week, right? They're just not gonna have time. I don't know. The winter drop always gets shafted. Is always going to get shafted, I think, because of Thanksgiving and all that. I'm not going to say shite, but to me, as a British person, it kind of is a bit shite. But yeah, that's just, is what it is. Well, I mean, you could like the Americans could argue like, well, Mojang is based in Sweden. Sweden has holidays as well, like weird holidays. So I guess you could argue, well, I mean, it's annoying for us as well, but I just think Bedrock should have taken the opportunity to get ahead slightly, and there's a helicopter outside, and I don't know if they'll be able to now. I rarely hear about Sweden's holidays. Okay, is this to provide a lot of light? Not really, it's just to look nice. Right, so we're not going to go down to like that block, for example. And we still got stuff to do, like I want to have like fans. But I think it'll look cool. I don't know. Like I do think whatever whenever the next preview is, it will have something to do, something about rather the next drop. No, it's not going to be like a feature, right? I'm just saying it's going to be like a technical change. That'll be like some mobs can wear hats. Like we've added the ability for modern makers to have hats on. Like it'll be something like that, right? That kind of thing. Because obviously they do that a lot. Technical changes, exactly. Is it down 3? Or is it 4? That looks like 3. But I don't really know what direction they can go in. If they're adding, like... I mean, maybe they start the year with a new biome, right? Maybe. I hope. Give us a new biome with a passive mob. Like, give us, like, hedgehogs or something. Or, like, birds, or something like that, man. I always want existing things to change first. I do too, but that's not going to happen. Unfortunately. Okay, this is why we've got more wood for this very occasion. People for some reason don't like me saying I'd rather existing things be polished. Yeah. I think content-wise, the game's fine. I think. I just think the systems need updating. And mind you, this will take years. If they dedicated every drop next year to be about an old system, it still wouldn't be enough. If the game stops receiving updates, how long will the game last until it dies? That's actually a very good question. I'm thinking, that's why I'm silent. Not very long. Not very long, I don't think. $5 years. I'll give it 5 years. Should we do one more? We've got space for one more, right? Piss. Alright, we just gotta do that side. Modding communities tend to yeah, but if they stopped doing updates tomorrow, Minecraft did, the modding community would be stuck completely. And this is another issue. It's funny that no one's bringing this up, by the way. There used to be only one big part of this, but there's now 2 areas of the community that are refusing to update the game. One physically can't, and the other is just stubborn and doesn't like new things. But like, having one was bad enough, but now there's 2. You got the PvP community and now the modding community. Like, that is insane, by the way, that that's the case in modern Minecraft. That's not good. I'm sorry, right? That's not good. That's not good game design. It just isn't. I'm sorry. And that's why I think, personally, Hytale's modding scene will exceed Minecraft's, in my opinion. Especially since they use Blockbench as well, like... Modding has changed direction. Yeah, I just don't like. It's just. It must be rough to be a modder though. It must be like, dude, I would not be able to cope personally. Okay, how much ironium do I have? A little bit. Let me. That is no. Never mind. We're gonna need to dive deep into our iron reserves, I think. I mean, yeah, Minecraft's modding community is strong. Like, it's very good, like tight and stuff. But the devs aren't really like responsible for that lately. I don't say the devs. Mojang. Let me correct myself on that. As a whole. So I don't attribute these issues I've been listing to like Agnes or something. Okay, so in our mining trip, we managed to get 46 iron blocks. We smelted it off stream, so now we're probably going to use it all. We're not streaming till 7,000 days, by the way. We're still doing the 2-hour stuff, just if you're wondering. But in this stream, regardless, we're hitting 7,000. So 7,000 might have been the biggest, or 6 to 7,000. Oh my god, I said it. May have been the biggest at 1k days, I think. Where's my... Do I not have a crafting table here? I guess not. I'm going to place one down temporarily, above... or here. I feel like the copper armor is unnecessary, like it's good, but it just adds a new tier for the sake of it. Yeah, I feel like. It's quirky. I used it to kill the dragon in this world, because I didn't kill the dragon until the copper age released. It's quirky, I'll give it that. But I mean, leather armor and now chain. I think chain armor now as well have been a bit shafted. Should we do the fans there or one block like lower? Because I believe the fan here. Do we have fans? Where do we have fans? Oh, it's in the restaurants, right? They are lower. Yeah. I mean, personally, like if I'm playing hardcore, this is where I would use copper armor. I would do the run mostly in copper armor, and like save my diamond armor so it doesn't break as I'm getting to the dragon. Because a lot of runs I watch, their armor breaks because they spend so much time, you know, caving or killing endermen and stuff. And you could use the iron on an anvil to combine stuff. For some reason, I didn't think you could do that, but I guess that makes sense. In my old other worlds, I had no iron armor because I spent all of it on tools. Yeah, iron's just like I think early game copper armor is very good because iron is just so, like there's so many more uses for iron, and it's so like it's much less like you're getting much less of it. right? Especially early game. Um, Whereas copper armor, you mine one vein and you got 3 sets, right? Um, but iron, you got so many things you need to use it for. Sounds like trident throwing when you're on the copper bolt. I'd probably use it a lot if I was, because remember, like in this world, in case you didn't know, I didn't kill the dragon till much later. Literally, actually, within 6,000 to 9,000 or 7,000 days, I think, right? So yeah, this time frame is actually the biggest time frame, like, because we've done a lot between 6,000 and 7,000. I think I had diamond armor, but I didn't have it that quickly. I tend not to, really. Okay, so we had 60 trapdoors when we started this. Just gotta keep that in mind. Those are done. I believe it's just you. Yeah, I'd consider that late corn, to be honest with you. 900 days with diamond armor. No netherite. Some people would have netherite by then. I think it took me a while to get netherite armor. I might change my trim. By the way, I might do diamond instead of netherite. Still silence because I like silence, but I might do diamond. Might spice up a little bit. So we had 60. Let me 46. No, 36. No. Yeah, no. Yeah, 36. Piss, we made one extra. Fuck. How much iron? We used half of our, almost half of the iron we got from that mining session, just on these alone. We've put, like, come to think of it, we've put a lot of resources into this build. Like, it's definitely one of my most expensive builds. Could you imagine if I did this pre-lodestone change? Because like it was netherite ingots, right? I don't think I would have done this with lodestone. And lodestone being down there, right? In between the stone brick. You're saying piss nowadays? You know, I rarely don't off stream. But when I say piss on stream, it's more like a reaction to me doing something by mistake or something bad happening. I don't know why, bro. I don't know why. It's just a thing I do sometimes. It'll be a new word next week. Don't you have an iron farm? I do. Yeah, I took some iron from the iron farm. But that didn't give me that many trapdoors, so... That's how I got most of my irons through the iron farm. It's okay, the iron farm isn't that bad, really. It's just, it could be better, but I'm too lazy to work with villagers. The next time I work with villagers isn't with the iron farm. So... Okay, we have an extra one. Oh. Never mind. So I want to do something like here, like on the sides of these or in between these, like candles maybe? How do we feel about candles being here? I was thinking orange ones as well. Candles, yeah. I was gonna put, so like, you see these like walls. I was gonna put, so like, say like, well, like, that's like 6 blocks. So like on this, on the third block, you put like 2 slabs or something either side, and then candles, that kind of thing. Because I think, I mean, it doesn't matter, but the walls do need light. And just slab up or connect up rather, or whatever. These. Red, I think would work better. Yeah, I'm down. So we're making good progress, honestly. I'm quite happy with this so far. Lots to do still, but we're definitely in the end game of all these look nice, bro. I like that. Yeah, red maybe for this floor, I think, and then maybe we'll do candles. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's kind of crazy how far we've come with this build, by the way. Because this has taken me so long to get to this point. Okay. I don't really want to miss that many scaffolding blocks. We're not going to, like, if we miss a few, it doesn't matter, but ideally I want to pick up as many as we can. Yeah, we like, we're like, at this, I mean, we've been at this point for a while, but whenever I go to the hotel and, like, work on something, I come back and make progress, right? Which wasn't the case before. It's taken me a long time, again, to get to this point. Like, I'd spend, like, hours doing nothing. Like, I'd be back to square one, and that was such an awful feeling. Because there's a lot of pressure on this build, for me. Yeah, we're just gonna sleep at the B area. Okay. Yeah, like, it's the Kofi build. Like, I need this build to be good, right? Oh, there's Mark. Hello, Mark. $53. Okay. Really? I find long hair to be quite annoying with headphones, personally. I've thought about recently getting it cut, which is a crazy thought because I've not had my hair cut in a while. Is that really all the honeycomb we've got? Okay. We'll see if we've got any that we can use that won't really affect our supply. I don't know, we'll see. I've not really, like... It's not something I've concretely thought about, but... We'll keep the iron on us for some reason, just in case. We may need it, we may not. Who knows? Honeycomb. Uh, it's somewhere here. Okay, there's one stack. But I know we had more. There's two there. Did we not have, like, more somewhere? That might be it, honestly. Okay, let's take a stack. I recommend using conditioner. Yeah, I use it sometimes. Not every time I have a shower, which is, for the most part, every day. I know people, like, some people are like, it's unhealthy to take showers. And it's like, no, you just like being dirty. That's just what that is. I forget, can you make regular candles and then dye them? Or do you need, like, the red dye in this as well? I always forget this. Candle fur, okay, good. Very nice. I don't know why I forget that sometimes. To me, like, candles are still, like, a relatively new feature. I don't know why, but they just are for some reason. Got one more day to 7,000, by the way. 6,999. That's a crazy number. Last day in the 6,000 bracket. I guess we could recap. What have we done in 6,000 to 7,000? I think. Okay, if I can leave my house. I think. Did we do the harbour in the 6,000 days? I think we did, didn't we? So, like, we did that. 6-9, hell yeah. I agree. It's a funny number. We definitely killed the dragon, so that means we made a statue there on the hill. We made the hotel. Obviously, we've done the ocean research facility. We've done the coral field, which is very nice. You finished the harbour just before. Really? Okay, never mind then. Well, I mean, we mined a lot of wood. Yeah, we've a lot of this has been clearing down the forests, I think. End. That's what it. Yeah, end portal room, never highways. Yeah, the end busting, the end gateway areas, Shulker. Yeah. God damn, we've done a lot. Okay, that's makes me. I don't think we'll ever hit that, by the way, like that level of progress. But who knows, right? How should we do this? Should we have like the candles on stairs, like that? Because you could do. Actually, no, you can't. Never mind. Let me see how that looks. We're gonna need to get the scaffolding out again. Let's see. Let's see what we're working with. So the middle block would be that, right? No, it wouldn't be, because this is 6. Fuck. Okay, so what do we do then? Maybe like there. If I can place the stair properly. There we go. Maybe at the bottom, just where the glass starts. So like. How's that? I kind of like it. I kind of like this. I'm gonna need more stairs regardless. Let me make those. By the way, in case you didn't know you could do this, I'm about to blow some of your minds. You can light candles with fire aspect on Bedrock. Better version, I know. You hit 100k channel points? That's crazy because you've barely gambled with that. So that's like all like just watching. That is insanity. So that takes you, if you don't gamble and you watch like almost, well, you have practically watched every stream, 10 months, it gets you 100k channel points. Without gambling. That's kind of insane. Just a little bit. And we'll do this area as well, actually. Piss. I still think it's crazy that we've been an affiliate for 10 months. That is kind of insane. To me, at least. Yeah, I think it gives like I don't know what I'm looking for here, but it gives a nice like vibe to these walls. Streams aren't my thing. That's fair enough, Kotokai, but I appreciate you being here anyway. It means even more to me that you're here and you're saying that. I watch a lot of streams, but I spend a lot of time on Twitch, right? But I don't chat, really. I'm not really a chatter. I'm a lurker. Which lurkers are, like, as well, like, they're also very integral to a streamer's stream. Okay, should we sleep to 7,000 or should we wait? That is a good question. With you, I'm glued to the screen and keyboard at all times. Fair enough. Wait, we should wait? Fair enough. I'm never on Twitch, and when I am, I lurk too. Yeah, lurking's fine. I don't have, like, some streamers have like an issue, like you must type, you must engage with, like, no. That's so dumb. And even Twitch lately, they've been like trying to like make lurkers a different statistic on the viewer. So like, I've got my stream open so I can read you guys. Hello. But I can also see my viewers, like the view count and stuff. If people lurked, some people, like, it'd be like in brackets. So it'd be like the viewer number and then brackets number. And that brackets number would be lurkers. So why do that? Also very proud I've not been viewbotted yet. Yet being the keyword, because I was in my previous account. So time will tell. Okay, I like that's like a nice halfway point, but maybe we should do it on the top as well. Let's experiment. Sure, view button. How do we do that? Um, how did I deal with it last time? I think last time it just happened, and there's nothing I could do. Like, because it was an influx of people. I don't think it was even a view bot. I think I just got follow botted, which sucked. I pride myself on the ability to misspell something. Oh, I know, Rai. I know. I follow your Twitter. I know. No, I do. I misspell stuff all the time. So alright, let's see. How does this? This might look a bit goofy though. Wait, no, what am I thinking of? You do it there. I'm stupid. How does that look? If we'd done that, you'd probably have to do it for the bottom area as well. I think. I was a very heavy baby, yeah. I also had a lot of issues when I was a baby. Like I was put in like intensive care pretty much immediately. I just was a troublemaker. It's just I want to cause havoc, right? That's all that was. I wanted to keep my mum and dad on their toes. So this will be a stream exclusive. A few days ago on Twitter, I asked for questions, and one of the questions was, "What was your incident at school?" Because everyone has that incident, like that defining incident at school. And I said, we had a few at our school, and they're probably not safe to say on Twitter. Should I talk about them on here? The candles are really cool. Yeah, I really like them. I at first was unsure about them, but I think they're quite nice. We're gonna need more though. Why is it floating? Floating candles. Just remember not to sleep. Hello, Enderman. I feel like some fences under the stairs, by the window. Hang on, I'll go back there and see what you mean in a second. But yeah, like my school had a bunch of incidents, so if you want to hear them, they're kind of some of them are like not safe for work. So that's why I was like, do I really? I don't know if I should say this on Twitter. I'm coming down here for candles because I reckon I do have some laying around. Do tell. Okay, so one incident we had at school. There was this kid that was expelled. It's been expelled like literally since like we were like 12, like so like year 8. I don't know what grade that is in America. I'm sorry, but it was like year 8, year 9. He got expelled. He was just kind of a shit person, and I think he lived nearby. That's how he was able to do this. But one day, he like came back to the school and ran on the field, right? Because we had like a massive field, obviously, and ran at the very back of the field, naked. And we were like 16 or 15 at this point, so it's a bit weird. And I think our deputy head teacher, so like the deputy principal, basically for all the Americans out there. Those don't count actually, do they? Because they're already died. Feck. Chased him around. Like, and it was just. I don't think. Where was I? I don't think I was like anywhere near there. I think I was like in a lesson like on the other side of the fucking school. Like I might have been in like science or something. I don't remember. But let's see if we can redial them. But it was just really fucking weird. Because we were all a bit like what the fuck is this guy doing? He's probably on drugs, but still, why didn't they just call the cops? They may have done. They might have called the police, but the police may have also done absolutely nothing because UK police are like AFK pretty much. A kid, I think, took his shirt off and ran around our football field in the rain and then slipped and fell onto the massive drains nearby. Yeah, I think the kid in my school basically done that. He just ran around the field with his shirt off. You can't. Fun fact, you can't die. Wait, what? Yeah, you can't dye them. That's awesome. It's not that big of an issue because we're gonna get candles from the thing, the honey phone, the honey farm, honey phone. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I was like year 10, year 11 at the time as well when it happened. He got expelled when we were like 12, but we were like 16, 15 when he came back for some reason. And like another incident at school was with this kid in our year. This kid, this was like when we were 16. We were about to, I think, leave for our exams. Hang on, wait, hang on. Let me just pause that thought. I can't sleep. No. Well, if I can't sleep and it's day, why is the? There we go. 7,000 days. Let me tweet that out when I get the screenshot. I'll tweet that out later because the screenshots on Xbox are so delayed. 7,000 days. That looks really good. Oh, my screenshot worked. Oh my god. So anyway, right, back to the story, right? Because who cares about Minecraft? Um, so this kid in our school had like a really like tough year. Like we were 16. I think he lost his mum on New Year's Day. So like, I'm not going to say this in any justification, but this kid had a really bad year, right? And I felt kind of sympathetic towards him because obviously my situation. Um, so we all felt bad for this kid, and one day he got accused of sexual assault, and like this was like I think someone in our school as well, and she was like the year below us, so we were like 15, 16. She was like 14, 15, right? And there was gonna be this massive fight of like my year or like my grade, I guess, and the grade below us, right? Eventually, it didn't happen because our grade were like, "There's no point in doing this. Like, we know this guy was innocent, and we don't want to fuck up our future, so we just didn't do it." But the entire year, I don't think I did for certain reasons. We were gonna get into a fucking fight with this other like entire grade. it's just fucking crazy. I don't think looking back, because people will probably be like, well, was he a nonce? Or like, did he do what he was accused of? I don't think so. He wasn't a repeat offender. His mate was. His mate's a nonce, but he isn't. So like, I don't think like I'd have felt bad if our entire year like stood up for him, and he turned out to be a nonce. But I don't think he is. Yeah, being accused of being a nonce is like the worst thing ever. But yeah, that's my story. Um, very boring, maybe, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty good. It was kind of spooky at the time, but okay, we're definitely gonna need more stairs or more candles, more stairs as well, actually, but more so candles. Yeah, it's a very like rough situation to be in. Okay, let's see what this is like. But I forget like why the kid got accused. Like I don't know why. I don't know what the girl had against him, but just happened, I guess. You're too low, I think. Could have a potted plant. We could do actually, yeah. Only on the bottom thing though, right? Easy target? Maybe. Because he was very vulnerable. And I mean, I don't know why I'm laughing, I'm sorry. Uh, he was like in a very like shitty state of mind, I think. And I didn't really know him that well. I messaged him like when his situation happened, like when he lost his mum, and I was like, "Here if you need." Didn't really respond. Like, didn't really take me up on that offer, which I thought was kind of strange because like I was that guy you'd come to because I went through it first before anyone. Um, so like I kind of knew what to expect somewhat, even at that age, at 16. You know, but he just didn't. So I didn't really speak to him that much. I used to like early on in school I did, but kind of drifted apart later in the years. Yeah, I rarely message to people, to be honest with you. I rarely talked to people. I mean, I would say like I was fairly popular at school. I wasn't like insane, but I was like, because there's like brackets, right, of being popular in school. I feel like one of them is like super popular. One of them is like you're popular, but you're not that popular, and you're still known by everyone. And then like there's like not popular at all, right? I'd say I was like middle, but I was popular one because of what happened with my dad, and two because of my relationship at the time. So I think those were the reasons why I was popular, to be honest, because people just take the piss out of me. But yeah, is that popularity? Maybe not, but I don't know. I felt quite okay at the time, even though I was getting fucking shat on every day. We had like the smart popular kids, the dumb popular kids, and the gay popular kids. Yeah, probably did something similar. Okay, are we overdoing it here? I don't think so. We do need more candles. That is something. We'll do that side as well. Okay. Piss. I was like the nerdy kid. So I was with a bunch of like nerds and stuff, and then I slowly drifted away from them, but my girlfriend at the time was kind of in that sphere, so I still stuck around only for her, because I didn't really care about anyone else there. I don't know if that makes me sound like a dick, maybe it does, but I didn't really care about anyone else, apart from her. I kind of hung around with like the chavs, I'm not gonna lie, like really like the wrong uns. For like, not security, but just to like beef myself up. Like we didn't like each other at all, but it was more of just like, kind of don't fuck with like any of us kind of thing. But I didn't really like most of them, and they didn't like them. They did not like me at all, but still let me hang around with them for some reason. I was like attending for my friends, and one person in particular, then me and him had a huge falling out, and my attendance fell apart. Yeah. I mean, I didn't, for the, like, in year 8, I didn't go to my lessons because of what happened. Like, I didn't go, like, literally, like, I'd say over half the year, I didn't go to my lessons. Maybe. And then year 9, they put me in the set with my girlfriend. Because, like, they were like, oh, this kid, like, needs someone to be with. And I wasn't with her at the time. Or was I? And I think I was. I think I was starting to be. And they were like, oh, this kid needs to be with someone. Fuck it, put her with her. Put him with her, sorry, not it. I mean, they probably did. Honestly, they probably did think me of an it. I wouldn't be surprised. The second high school I was at for 3 weeks. I was told to hang out with a group of girls. And that was like the first time I was around the popular girls, and it was weird. Yeah. But again, like, during school I didn't really talk that much. At college, I didn't talk that much either. Because I was dealing with the breakup of that relationship I had at school. Worst part of my life, by the way. Like, the worst thing that's ever happened to me was that breakup. And then, like, second phase of college, when I'd done, like, the level 3 course, I talked a little bit, but I was heavily depressed. Because of what, like, again, something happened, of course, right? And I ditched lessons. I ditched a lot of college lessons. Come to think of it, and I still passed somehow. And then at uni, I was pretty talkative. I was used a lot because I was the smartest one there. I don't want to big myself up, right? But I got like the highest grade for like a few years in my dissertation. So that counts. Like and people would come to me and be like, "Michael, how did?" Because I was still called Michael, right? I didn't have a nickname or anything. This was before TBH era, so I was like, "Did they call me Mike?" No. Mikey? No. 7K, congrats. Thank you, Lit. Thank you. We just hit it, actually. So, like, Michael, I hate being called Michael in real life, but like, Michael, can you do this? Like, what did you do for this dissertation? Like, how did you write it? And I was like, well, I did this, and this. I basically helped them pass, right? Essentially. So, and that's, again, I don't want to big myself up and be like, I'm so smart. But I was, like, fucking voice. Jesus Christ. I was not voice cracked, I was cracked at that, like, writing stuff. music course, by the way, and I was good at writing. It was really weird, but because the teacher, like your professor, wasn't really there to help you with the dissertation. Like he'd guide you like in certain areas, but it was more so you do it kind of thing. Dissertations, by the way, are easy as fuck. Like they're so easy. What do people call you in real life? My family calls me Mikey. I don't like being called Mikey either. My nickname, like my child nickname, used to be Mikey Moo. I'm not kidding, because I used to really love cows for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. I mean, like I feel like if your uni lecturer is gonna not really teach you and guide you, that's fine. But a high school teacher should teach you, right? I think, like at a uni level, like okay, my college professor taught me about referencing, right? But that was kind of it because you didn't really know about that really. I mean, you kind of taught about it depending on your course leading up to this, or like at school and stuff. But you know, to do it properly, I mean, because like you wouldn't really do it properly before that point. But other than that, you kind of had to do it by yourself. Because you have to keep in mind, right? We were like, well, how old was I? Like 20, 21, right? So English class was the bane of my existence because they'd just hand you some poems or a book or something, tell you to analyze it and write a paragraph or something. Yeah, that was like me for science, pretty much. I mean, don't get me wrong, we did like do practicals, we called them, with like Bunsen burners and stuff like that. But a lot of it was just sitting in front of a textbook and looking at physics and stuff. I didn't learn a single thing from science. Single thing. I keep okay. I keep flying up, thinking, "Oh yeah, I'll fly back down," but there's a roof here. It's gonna take me a long time to like get that into my head. I think I was very good at science. I was shit. Still am shit, dude. Like we were told that we'd learn a lot about space, but we barely were taught anything about space. It's quite sad because I fucking love space. Wait, what am I doing? But I didn't give a shit about like biology or all that kind of crap, right? I wasn't into that kind of stuff. I wanted to learn about space and astronomy and stuff. I don't know. School subjects are very like skewed. Like skewed the word. We were taught about phases of the moon using Oreos. That's sick. Obviously, like I told you guys about my food tech experience. That's what it's called, food tech, where I put my hand in an oven and like I didn't react. This was the I could be wrong on this, but I do remember me just standing there for like a good few seconds, not reacting to my hand being fucking no, it wasn't incinerated, right? I wouldn't go that far, but I just had my hand in there for a good 5 seconds. Well, not five. Dude, okay, hang on. Let me just lock in for a second. Okay. I had my hand in there for like a little bit and then like took it out, obviously. And yeah, it was not fun to deal with. Yeah, we had tech. We called everything tech. Yeah, we had food tech, wood tech, which was later resistant materials, like higher level. Um, Textiles. Dude, textiles was cheeks, bro. We okay. So we've all had that one subject where that one teacher hates everyone, right? So it's not like oh, you're being singled out by one teacher. Like we've all had that experience, right? But this one teacher hates everyone, and like she just hates kids, right? We don't know why she's in that job, but she like for some reason she's there and she just hates kids, right? And she liked girls, but she liked girls that were good at textiles, and she hated, like I'm talking hate, not like blank, like oh she just didn't really get on with kids. No, she hated boys. So as you can imagine, as a young boy, as a young lad, as a young Michael, right? She did not like me very much, and I didn't like textiles because I was worried about getting my hands like sewn into like fabric or something. So she was my form tutor as well. Like she'd like be the one to like track our attendance and stuff. Dude. How can anyone hate boys? I mean, we were fucking annoying, but we didn't do anything wrong. Like, we were like 11. There was this one teacher who had genuinely had a rivalry with a kid. Have I told you guys? I don't think I have told you guys this story. So we had this. No, I think I did tell you, but I'll tell you guys anyway. Um, we had this history teacher that smelled like piss. Again, we've all had this teacher who just smelled like utter piss, right? And I'm not one to make fun of that kind of thing, but like if you're a teacher, you got to be like approachable. Look like this is why I could never be a teacher because I've got long ass hair, and like I just wouldn't like I just wouldn't fit the vibe of being a teacher, right? Um, so this teacher stunk of piss, but not only that, right? Probably the more severe part of this teacher was he was a nonce, a pedophile, right? And there was this um, like pretty attractive like girl. I think you can see where I'm going with this. In our class, we were like 14, 15. A lot of shit happened when we were like 14, 15, and 16. Was it 13, 14? It was roughly around there, right? And pretty much everyone liked her, but I didn't think teachers would, right? So he would write in her book like little love letters, with like little love hearts and stuff like that. And it was just a fucking. I think it happened to a bunch of other girls as well. Um, but it was just. He got fired, I think, but it was just like he was just gone one day. I don't know if I can say it, but there was a PE teacher who was really nice to everyone, but he always had a like I'm not gonna read that out. It was so weird. Yeah, I think PE teachers need something. That's a vague. I know it's very vague, but they're very fucking strange. So we would have um like our male teachers like in PE come into our like changing rooms and stuff. It'd be so weird. I didn't trust my PE teachers. I don't think any of them were nonsense. I don't know. But yeah, this history, like, dude, he was so weird, bro. He would like come up to your desk and stuff. And this isn't like let me clarify. We didn't just have male nonsense. We had like female like teacher nonsense as well. Like we'd have a maths teacher who would like how do I word this? Approach your desk and face like forward, like approach your desk and slightly lean forward and show a bit too much, right? And there wasn't on the best way I can put this is there wasn't anything underneath, so you could see underneath, and then or you had a maths teacher who legitimately would bend over, right? She's like my age. She was like my age now at the time, so she was like 25, 24-ish, right? We were like 15, 16 again, and she would just bend over everyone, like for like everyone, and like it's just like, what are you doing? And like, uh, kids in my class would make comments like sexual comments, obviously, because they're just fucking 16-year-old. Like, I don't mean to be mean, but 16-year-olds are kind of weird. Okay, sorry if you're 16 watching this. Um, and like she would just like laugh at them, like laugh at the comments, or like not take them seriously. It's like, this is fucking weird. I think one teacher, she always bent over the desks like full on. Yeah, like it's just weird, bro. But again, I feel like everyone's had that experience. Like we've all had that one really weird, male or female, or both, being a little bit too comfortable with what they're doing. Let's just say that much. But like, I feel like I'm not picking up. I feel like I'm not good at picking up on people. I mean, we didn't at the time, right? And if we did, we thought it was cool because, like, you're 16, 15, and you've all charged. Like, I'm not going to go into the fucking depths of that kind of shit, right? I'm not. No, right? I'm not going to do that. But we didn't at the time, and it's easy for you to not do that at the time. But as like fully grown like men, right? We're like, what actually happened then? You know? Because it's easy to look back and be like, we should have noticed, but there was a there was a blind kid at my school who was always creepy, and he'd always touch the girls who were sitting next to him. I don't think we had like weird kids per se. Like in that, like we were all like we were weird, of course, right? But not in that kind of way. But I don't know, like my school year, like my grade or whatever, like that kind of era, those people were fucked. Like they're so like messed up. It's kind of weird to think about now. Like I got a scoop from my mate who had like a little mini, I guess you'd call it reunion with like his mates who I wasn't really friends with, but he was at the time. Um, and they were like talking about like the past and stuff. And so for context, one of these kids um, stole this other kid's girlfriend, right? This is what we thought at the time, like for the longest time up until like a few days ago. And it was like he just kind of like they broke up and like he just swooped in and stole her, right? Um, what we didn't know is apparently the boyfriend, the previous boyfriend who got his girlfriend stolen from him. I'm using stolen for like a word. I'm not like I know it's a terrible word to use, but I don't know of a better word, so forgive me for that. But um, we didn't know like the new boyfriend who's like married to this girl now, right? Told this like my friend, oh yeah, the guy was abusive to her, and he was like, what? It was like, yeah, like not like physically, but like verbally abusive, like gaslighting and stuff like that. I was like, what the fuck? And this kid was um, like he was like very like quiet at school, right? I knew his mum as well. Like his mum used to help me with my handwriting in primary school. Um, so it was just kind of like, what? That's crazy. Like, yeah, like he was like gaslighting, and he would cry a lot, trying to like guilt trip her, and like the new boyfriend and old boyfriend got into like a fight or something like that and got his ass whipped. It's kind of funny to think about. In my friend group, two friends broke up and one immediately started dating the other friend, and it caused so much drama. So I won't speak about it too much because it's very pain. Like the whole breakup is very painful for me to talk about. But the girl I was with, um, I've I've known her since like we were like 4 years old. And to cut a long story short, she moved away. I thought I'd never see her again, and I saw her again in secondary school, and found out she had a boyfriend called. I don't think I should say his name. I'm not gonna say his name. Um, but I fucking hated this guy, right? But I had to like be cool with him because, like, obviously, like I really liked this girl. Um, she liked me as well, but she was like stuck with this guy, right? And so I had to play it cool with this guy for like a few years until like, we were 14. And for whatever reason, he broke up with her via text. Now, I'm not going to give you relationship advice, but don't do that. Don't be that guy or girl if you're watching this. I kind of struggle to imagine any girls watch me. I can't imagine why, but so like he broke up with her over text, and I sat with her and was just like fucking livid. 2 weeks later, I got with her, right? I don't count that as stealing, like, girls. I feel like that's kind of fair game at that point, right? But he found out and he was fucking pissed, dude. From that moment, he hated me. And I'm just there like, well, shouldn't have fucking left her. It's your fucking biggest mistake of your life. So we all had like language lessons, right? Because you could choose a language for GCSEs for our exams. I chose French because I was good at it. She chose German, and he chose Spanish. So we were all in the same like area waiting for our lesson. And the day he found out, bro, he was like, "Oh, so who asked who out?" And she was like a bit like nervous, and I was like, "Me, I did. It's not how it happens. We basically said like I like you to each other, and she said, well, I'm not ready just yet. Like, can you wait?" So I waited, right, for like a few weeks. No, it wasn't the traditional like, "Do you want to go out with me?" kind of thing. It just didn't happen like that. But I said to him, I looked at him in the eyes, bearing in mind, still due to this to present day, I don't like giving eye contact to people. I struggle a little bit. I've gotten a lot better, but I used to really struggle with eye contact. But dude, I looked this guy dead in the face and was like, I did. I said for a little while, and it was like, oh, okay. And bro, from that moment on, he did not fucking like me, and it was just like unreal. Because I had to get on with him. Right, it fucking sucked because I did not like him at all. But dude, he was just fucking. He was livid, and I was like, "It's your own fault." Like, sorry, bro. Like, it is what it is. Obviously, me letting her go was the biggest mistake of my life. But at that point, it was just like, yeah, sorry, man. And ever like the entire school year, he hated me. I hate him still because of how he treated her. Granted, it's been well over a decade, right? I'm telling you guys, I've said this before, right? When I hate someone, I hate them. Like, it's not like it is proper like hatred. It doesn't go away, right? Is that healthy? Not really, but it's how I'm programmed, right? And the caveat to that is that the right word? I don't know. But the opposition to that is it takes me a lot to hate someone, right? It takes a lot. Like, I don't like a lot of people, but I hate very few people. It's the best way I can kind of describe it. The people in recent times that have done that have all been older than me. Wait, hating people. I hate people speculating on my relationship. Yeah, we kept it kind of like quiet it didn't last long, but we were never like the because a lot of people in my year were very let's say public. Put it that way. We were public as well when we were like in our like final weeks, like we're about to leave school. We were pretty public, but like we weren't during school, like the main period of school, right? So we tried to keep it like private, but it didn't really last that long. And yeah, obviously we were teased. I was teased a lot for it. She wasn't really, which is good. But I'm the same way. I don't hate anyone until I do. Exactly right. Like it takes me a lot. I've got like lines you don't cross, and if you do, then you've made like an enemy for life. Pretty much. Like there's nothing. There's no like I'm sorry or can we be friends? No, no, no. But yeah, this is, you know, and everyone has those kind of like lines that you don't cross, and they should be respected. And obviously, I mean, this was bound to happen. You know, at points in my life, I've had people that don't respect those lines and go fucking way through it. And you know, it is what it is. They'll all regret it someday. I'm a believer in karma, personally. So, good and bad karma. Do you tell people? Do you know how to like properly tell people? I'm like, this is what. So like, I'm a very like laid back person, right? Believe it or not, you can joke about most things, except on the Discord server. I will hammer down on that. But outside of Twitter, there are or Discord, sorry, there are very few things, right? Very few issues that you can make fun of, and I'll be like, big mistake, right? I will point that out, and I'll be like, these are my boundaries. If you cross any of them, I will cut ties with you instantly. No ifs, no buts, whatever the fuck, right? So like, actually, I won't tell that story. Never mind. Just some IRL story, but yeah. I've gotten very good, or better, I should say, at telling people, okay, you're done, get out, get the fuck out of my life. And that's a very good skill because it is a skill to have. You need to like don't be like I think modern internet has taught people to like not be like to never cut people out of your life. I would say do it. If these people aren't healthy for you, because inherently you got to think about yourself, right? It's not selfish to think about yourself. Everyone is selfish to an extent. I think people are. I think we naturally all are, right? But if being selfish is thinking of you first, then sorry, then fuck it, I'm selfish as fuck, right? So if someone in your life is like putting that under threat or has views that don't align with yours that damage your livelihood, like if you're like transgender and someone's like I hate trans people and it's got the same old rhetoric about trans people, yeah, cut them out. What what are we doing? Now I'm not transgender, funny enough, but it's a line that people don't cross. I've blocked a few people recently for being that way. People like I'm not joking. Like when I said on Twitter, I don't care what you type, but like if you say something that is fucked up, I'm gonna just block you without any warning. Recently, it's been happening quite a bit. So my point is, it's not a bad thing to do. But yeah, like I never like I haven't cut IRL wise. I've not cut that many people out. I've cut like one person, or no, two people. Um, so the mate I referenced earlier about the story with that guy's girlfriend being like abused, like that mate who talked to them. We had a third guy in our friend group. This was like years ago, and he was a dick head to this guy, right? Who I'm still friends with. Um, like he'd constantly berate him and talk him down, like talk down to him as if he was like fucking nothing. And he had like he was very depressed at the time. I forget why, but he was very depressed. Um, and for context, I'm just saying this. I was too, but he would never come after me. It's always my other mate who he'd come after. And one day, I was just like, "You're done. We've had enough of your shit. You're done. Like you can't sit here and berate him. Like this isn't fucking normal. It's not what friends do, right? Yes, we've joked around a lot, right? But what you're doing isn't joking. It gets to a point where you're not treating him with respect, and you're not treating him like an equal, right? Fuck respect, right? As an equal, you're not even doing the basic, right? Because respect is earned, so I can understand that. But as an equal, right? Everyone should be everyone asterisk should be treated as an equal, right? You're not doing that, so you're done, right? You're done, and we haven't spoken to him since. Well, I haven't since. And the really sad thing is, this guy's a dad. He's a father of two. He's my age, obviously. Slightly older, like a few months older, but yeah, it's just fucked. Like, what are we doing? We're like 16 at the time. 16, 17. He's like, no, he's 18. We're still 17-ish, right? It's been going on for a while, like a few years. And one day we just had enough and we're like, fuck you, you're done. So, I still think about that, like, what if we didn't cut him off and stuff like that, right? Would our lives be different? Probably. Would it be better? No. I don't think so. Have I lit? I need to get these torches or candles. Let me do that, and then we'll do that. Okay. So it may not look like we've done a lot on today's stream. We've done a lot of talking, so I hope you guys are okay with that. But we did do a lot of lighting and stuff. So there's still a little bit to do, but my throat is dying, so when I get this last candle, I will be ending stream, but we'll see. This candle could take years to get, so I might be here for years, who knows. Oh, was it hot chocolate? Oh, I drank it ages ago. 3, I think, is enough. But I think the biggest thing today is we hit 7k days. Very cool. Probably, I mean, I don't think we can hit 7,500 before the year ends. So this will be the biggest milestone we hit. The last biggest milestone we hit of the year. But that probably means that next year... Can I place this candle? Next year we'll hit 10,000 at some point. I don't know what we started off this year with, but... Only 3,000 days? Yeah, we can do it in a year. Easily. So we've got to do a few more light stuff here, but I want to do a staircase or something, so I'll figure that out. But we've done a lot of lighting I like these. These are very nice. Candles. We're gonna need more, I think, because we want to do the middle part and the concrete area, or terracotta. Concrete, I think. It would take you like 8 years to get 1 million channel points. Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Whether you lurked or chatted, or both, I appreciate you being here nonetheless. Hope you have a good rest of your day, morning, afternoon, or evening. This looks really sick from here. And remember to take care of yourselves, drink some water, play some Minecraft. There should be some news, hopefully, about the next, or the drop releasing and the version number stuff, hopefully. Please, Mojang. But who knows, honestly. We'll see. I'll jump on stream whenever we get a announcement and I'll talk about it, of course. But until then, I'll catch you guys whenever. Take care of yourselves, and yeah. Goodbye.